everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see behind me, this is not my car. We have Wyatt here. We're going to do another car review, and he's going to tell us a little bit about this thing before we get into it.
Hey everybody, my name is Wyatt. I have a 2017 Ecoboost Mustang. It's a little bit far from stock, but you want to know a little bit what I've done to it?
We absolutely do. Alright,
so engine wise, it's got upgraded cams from a American Muscle. What they do is they just help a little bit with the boost pressure. Not really anything else. They lope a little bit, but it's a 4-cylinder, so you're not going to hear that very much. Upgraded brake pads. I did have the wheels powder coated. Bought those from a friend of mine. So I got a full custom exhaust from the turbo back, catless downpipe. I built the exhaust myself. On the rear end of it, it's full 3-inch from the turbo all the way back. It's got a custom built diffuser on the rear end. The wing, this GT350 wing, that came from American Muscle, I believe. Put that on myself. Engine mods, other engine mods. It is capable of running E85. I'm not running on an E85 right now, just because it takes so much more extra fuel pressure to run E85, but it makes about 40 horsepower more on E85. But right now, as it stands, it's making about 438 to the wheels, and about, I want to say, I think it was 452 on the torque on third gear pull.
452 foot-pounds of torque on a little 4-banger.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
It's pushing 26 to 28 pounds of boost on a full wide open throttle pull. That's pretty much it. I haven't done really a lot to it. It's just running custom tune from Tune Plus. Just one that's reliable and makes good power.
Alright, well, let's take it for a ride.
Alright.
Man, the fit and finish in this is... See, I was curious about that, what the difference would be between Trevor's Roush and then... See, this... I'm really bad with the Mustang models, you have to forgive me. So, is this... What trim level Ecoboost is this one?
This is actually a base model. It's just been modified to be a little bit better than base.
Okay, so it's a base model Ecoboost that's just been modified.
Yep, it's got different gears. Different gears, different wheels. It's about the only difference between his and mine. The different exhaust too.
I mean, overall inside, I mean, it looks just as good as his did. And I'm not knocking his car and saying that it looks like a base model, but it's every bit as nice inside as his was.
I like his car, actually.
Oh no, I love his car. I thought it was a real nice.
Oh yeah, it's super nice.
I'm just, base model for me is nothing. There's nothing in the car. There's nothing in the car, and you still got push start and the leather dash, and it still looks really nice inside for being a base model. Like, that might just be because I'm so old, and to me, when I hear base model, I'm thinking roll up windows and manual locks.
Yeah, with the Mustangs, I mean, even when I had my V6, it had everything in it. I mean,
let me put the windows up so we don't hear it. What year was your old V6?
It was a 16.
A 16. And are those a 3.6?
3.7 liter.
3.7.
They're like 305 to the crank, I think. So they're not bad. They're pretty nice. But even with the base model Mustangs, you still get like pretty much everything. I think the only differences between this and the premium is you get like the different drive modes. has the 315s in the back, and Trevor's is even have the 331s. So, and then I think it has the Sync 3, the Sync 4 in it, which is the touchscreen radio, and then the leather seats. I think that's about the only difference in them.
So, going from that older V6 to what Ford's replaced it with, what's your opinion on this car versus the older predecessor for this car?
There is only one downside that I have found with this versus my V6 was the sound. Like, the V6 does not sound like a 5.0 at all, but there are a lot of things you can do to the exhaust that make it sound way better than what this could ever sound like.
It's hard to get away from the sound of a 4
Yeah, it really is. So, I mean, the only thing that makes it a little bit more okay is that it's turboed and it's got a big blow-off valve on it.
Yeah.
So, that's really the only downside I've found between the two was that, and then the fact that it's way easier to make a lot more power with these when it comes to like the amount of boost that you can push on them.
What about cost-wise for modification? If you wanted to, say, if you wanted to increment it up from either this or the V6, if you wanted to increment up from a daily driver to more of a track abuse car, cost-wise, would this be cheaper to upgrade it up versus the V6?
To make the same amount of power that this car makes right now in a V6, you would almost have to you would have to boost it or at least do nitrous with the V6.
Okay.
I mean, there's tons of mods you can do, but I have yet to see a V6 Mustang make over 400 horsepower without doing some sort of forced induction or nitrous. I mean, I follow tons of V6 pages still because I do like the V6s. I don't have anything against them, but I mean, you're going to spend at least $4,000, $3,000 to $4,000 to make a V6 make the amount of power this car makes with $1,000 a month.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So they're actually almost a performance bargain to get something like this and put so little money into it and still have such a performing car.
Yep, exactly. You can make way more power with these. I mean, the only drawback is that they are a little bit less reliable than the V6. I mean, the V6, you can just beat it to death and it will take it. When I was in my accident with mine, it cracked the engine block down the center and it still started.
Good Lord.
It sounded like it was
Take note.
jammed.
Good
But it
Lord.
started. So, but I mean, with these motors, there's two different types. There's a Cleveland motor, and then there's one that's made, I believe, in a German company.
Mm-hmm.
That motor, you don't want that motor. You want the motor that was made in Cleveland. The one that's from the German factory, they blow up really bad, or they have a tendency to blow up really bad because the way that they were built with the open deck design, the 17s, they started putting the Cleveland motors in them, and they put a semi-closed deck design or semi-open deck design on these, which gives it more metal to be able to hold all that boost pressure and everything inside that cylinder. On the Cleveland motor, it's about 3/4 of an inch thick on the outer wall of the cylinder, between the outer wall and the outside of the engine block. On the German motor, it's probably like 1/4 inch
No kidding.
thick on cylinder 2 and 3. So that's why they had such bad issues with those at first when they were blowing up, mainly because of that and just bad drivers.
Was that the same block that they were putting in the Focus RS that was blowing up?
I do not believe so. I think the Focus RS is a 2.0.
And this is a 2.3, right?
Yeah, this is a 2.3. I think it is the same block design, but I do not know why they were having issues with that. I never looked into that.
Okay, so it's the Cleveland block that's got much thicker cylinder walls
Yeah.
than this.
Yes. The Cleveland block is a lot safer build for the motor than the German-made block. I don't know why. I don't know why they would make it so thin. But I mean, at the same time, there's a thing called LSPI. And it's basically what it is. It's super knock. So people would literally turbos, they are a twin scroll turbo. They're small, so they will literally hit full boost doing that. And with it creating so much energy and not having a way to push it out because you're in 5th or 6th gear, you know, it's just going to sit there and just blow. I mean, that's what they were doing to them. I don't know why you would ever do that either. I enjoy downshifting myself.
You actually answered that question for yourself earlier when you said bad drivers, because that's absolutely what it is.
Yeah.
People will get in a car and put it in top gear and then just stomp down on it, and then they wonder why the engine grenades.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, well, clearly you were flooring it, full fuel, full air, full everything, at 1800 RPMs. Where do you think it's going to go? It's either going to move or it's going to break.
Exactly. Well, it has nowhere to push that energy. It ain't going to go any faster. Because if you're like trying to turn a 1,000-pound wheel on a...
People just don't get it. I advocated for the F820 in my Toyota for so long for that, because people would just trash that engine. Oh, the FRSs have such a garbage, weak little styrofoam block, and they blow up, and everybody's blowing them up at 15, 20,000 miles. Yeah, it's because it's a bunch of 17 and 18-year-old kids whose daddies and mommies bought their cars. They get in them when it's 5 degrees outside, start them up, and then floor them and try to do donuts and burnouts. Well, you wonder why they blew up? It was a brand new engine, and you just ran the snot out of it cold. What do you expect's going to happen? Like, it's not
going to hold up.
Yeah, they're not made to do that. Any kind of high tension engine is not going to do well like that.
Nope.
You've got to baby it. And even in my Toyota, I don't drive it. Unless I'm just idling along, I won't drive it if it's under 2,000 RPMs. I just won't do it. It's got to be above that. I will not put it in a higher gear and just roll along 1,500. I won't do it. I've got a lightweight flywheel on my car, and the whole car will vibrate and shake, and I'm not going to do that to it.
Wow,
you've got to drive the car, and yeah, you've got to treat it like a piece of engineering, not like a toy RC car, because it's not what it is.
There's also those people. I mean, I've seen this a couple times, and it's rare, but vehicles like this, or like your Toyota or FRS, those motors, these motors, they're putting them in a Mustang. You know, you have to think about it. They made the engine to be fuel efficient, but also to be extremely powerful for what it is.
Yeah.
So they had to be thinking at one point or another, people are going to drive these really hard. And I know people all the time where they will buy these cars and they drive them around at like 1,500 to 3,000 RPMs and never go any higher than that. That does not work. You have to push these motors sometimes to like get them where they need to be.
Yeah, you gotta let them rev.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta let them breathe a little bit. So, I mean, these are direct injection motors. The carbon buildup is horrible. You have got what? 19,000 miles. I've already replaced plugs.
Yep.
So
sometimes you know, a red line a day keeps the carbon away.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I promise you, nothing that I own has carbon on it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's how I drive this. I mean, I don't rod it everywhere, but I do like to at least floor it once or twice a day.
Sure.
And I've done that the entire time I've owned it. I have never had a single issue out of this motor. Not one. And I have heard so many people talk trash. People hate it. If you pull up to a GT and you pull on them, and they get mad.
I believe it. I believe it.
But I don't really think of it that way. I want a GT350. I'm not going to lie on that. Me and my wife are buying one here in a couple months. So it's not that I'm sitting here saying, oh, GTs are trash, because they're not. I love the GT motor. I love the 5.2 flat ring. That is an awesome motor to build off of. But if you're wanting to make a considerable amount of power and just have fun, this is a perfect car for that. It's not expensive. I think you can buy one
watching him, hoping that he would go the other way. Not bad at all. Haters about the 4-banger Mustangs. I admit I was one, like I said to Trevor, and I'll say it again, I'm not going to hide and lie. I was a hater. I was there when Ford came out with all the Ecoboost and they talked about it, and I thought that's a good idea for the trucks and their other cars, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, 4 cylinders in a Mustang? Wait, I was marginal with the V6, and now you're talking about putting a 4-cylinder in it, and I was, okay, I don't know about this. And I was slowly selling on the idea, because that's the future, is boosting. Smaller engines, higher boosts, like that's where everybody's going.
I mean, it's a good place to go.
It is, sure. I mean, and after driving Trevor's and now this one, I am a believer. You've made a believer out of me. I get it. It just sounds bad. Don't take that the wrong way. It's hard to make that sound good. You're in a pony car, and it's hard to deal with the same sound you get from one of my cars. I get the rice jokes. All the rice jokes come to me. I am the king rice boy. So, I mean,
everybody makes fun of me. What is that? But it is nice. I really like it. I have no problems with this car. I mean, I tried. I had a exhaust from Magnum that it sounded okay. It wasn't bad, but it was not enough for me. I am used to having a really loud car. I love being able to hear the engine.
Yes.
Whenever I'm driving, if I'm going to shift it, I like that. You know, I don't like not being able to hear the car at all. I hate it.
Nope, I'm right there with you. The first few things I did to my Toyota when I bought it, because I couldn't even hear it run, I put a catless front pipe on it, I put a catback on it, and the catback was supposed to be an NVIDIA, which is the good one for the car, and it ended up being this knockoff Spec D.
Oh, no.
And it was pretty loud at that point. And I was originally going to turbo the car like my friend did, like I told you, and I changed my mind to supercharge it because I'd rode in a couple of supercharged cars, and I thought, I think I'd rather do this. So I ended up deciding to supercharge it. So I was like, all right, great. Well, I'll tune the car now, but I'm going to put on a catless header. So I did that, and I went from full cats and everything to a catless header, catless front pipe, and a catback with canister mufflers. And to say the car was loud is an understatement. There were loud cars, and then there was this car. It was a totally different ball game. You couldn't talk in it. Like, we couldn't have a conversation in my car the way it was. We just couldn't. There would have been no way to talk about it in the car. So I got lucky, and Daniel Lockmer in Fayetteville was like, I'm on the loud life again. I'm sick and tired of my really quiet car. And he had a Magnaflow, so I traded for him. So now I've got really good tone in it. It's loud enough where I can hear it when I step on it, but I can still talk in the car. And that's what I enjoy, being able to talk in my car without, not being able to hear anything but engine drone.
Yeah.
And it ended up turning out really well. So I'm glad you touched on it. We've been babbling, and I haven't been asking you any questions. And you already said, so you're going to be getting rid of this for a GT350.
Yep.
And what would your plan with that car be? Or is it a secret? Because you are on YouTube. Is that a secret? That's okay if it's a secret.
Yeah,
I get it.
I think we're going to keep that under wraps for a little bit.
All right, we'll keep that down.
We'll definitely get a review on it, though.
Yes, we will. You heard him. You heard him say that. We'll get a review on it. So a GT350.
Yeah.
When is your timeline for that?
Probably September, December area.
So coming up quick.
Yeah, just here in a couple months. That's my Christmas present.
That's a heck of a Christmas present. That is a heck of a Christmas present.
Well, I've been saving them up.
Well, I get it. I assure you, I get it. I've been waiting to go E85 on my Toyota for a while, and I decided my reward to do that would be after I paid off my credit card, and I'm not there yet. So I've got to hold off.
Yeah, I probably need to do that too. So.
Oh, well, that's what they're for, is to charge.
Yep, exactly.
I've got a big vacation coming up in September. Otherwise, I'd probably already have done it, but we got a very expensive vacation coming up, and I only buy whiskey. That is the only thing I've been buying for myself. Only whiskey.
Yeah, that's what we're doing in a couple months as well. Going on vacation to Florida.
Florida, there you go. Want the beach.
I don't think that's a hint.
I'm gonna have to go with no. I like his stickers though.
Yeah, that's nice. Stickers.
I wonder if he knows that doesn't mean that he gets to go fast just because he gets a sticker. So if it's alright with you, I'm gonna go back down 612 since we had some traffic and we're babbling and I didn't get to ask any questions.
Okay.
We'll go back around one more and we'll go back the way we came. Don't let me take up too much of your time. I think I was pestering Trevor for the good part of 2 hours. Him and I were jacking around and talking and etc. So I apparently have a reputation with, I don't know what. See, Trevor's what is he with you guys? Is he an admin or what is it?
I believe so. I think he is. I think he is an admin.
An admin. And are you a member or are you something else? Whatever y'all's titles are, sergeant or whatever.
I'm just a member.
A member?
I don't really get involved very much. I have a very busy life. So
I understand.
I don't really get to go very much. So.
Do you do any of the cars and coffees or anything?
Sometimes. It just depends on how tired I am.
You go to the Bentonville one then, I suppose?
Yeah, I've been to that one a couple times.
When was the last time you went, you remember? Because I go to like every one I can think of, and I think I might have seen this car there before, but I can't remember for sure.
Like 2 months ago.
Oh yeah, I definitely saw your car then. So then I owe you an apology too, and I guess the rest of the Pony Express. I
heard that.
I made okay.
Made a good comment.
Okay, so let me clear this up. I started making these jokes about Pony Express, and I'd say all the Mustangs would show up, and there'd be 50 different types of Mustang, all different colors with different like wheels and stuff on them. And I made the joke, I admit, multiple times, yeah, there's a Mustang and there's the rest, and then I'd continue on and glaze over. Now Trevor's already roasted me about this multiple times about my hate for Mustangs. So let me be perfectly clear, I don't hate Mustangs. I really, really like them. I've always liked them. I'm sorry, Chevy people, I've always preferred the Mustang over the Camaro. They never stopped making this car. They're about to quit making the Camaro again. That's all I'm gonna say. The Mustangs have always been awesome. So my jokes have actually come back to get me. I haven't met him before, okay? I haven't met him before. This is the first time him and I have talked together face to face. And he knew about all of the Mustang and Pony Express stuff. I assume through Trevor. Hopefully it's just through Trevor and not...
The video was posted for all of us to see.
Great. So, if I'm dead at some point, it's Pony Express, everybody, they've killed me. Confiscate their cars. So, yeah, so that's the story behind that. And, of course, you know how local rumors and stuff go. And I'd heard my share of things from one source or another, and I was like, you know, this could be funny. So I tried to make some jokes, and now look what it got me. It got me a reputation. Thank you for agreeing to meet me now that I know that I have this awful reputation with the Mustang crowd.
I actually didn't know it was you until you admitted it a second ago.
Okay, so anything that you could possibly reference, yeah, I'm gonna make everybody mad behind me. Anything you could possibly reference has been put on camera. So what have you heard? Exactly. Oh, hold the phone. Don't you dare, don't you dare. We are playing. Impressive car. So what have you heard that's bad? maybe I can admit to it or clear it up.
No, that's the only thing.
That's the only thing
Yeah.
that I don't like Mustangs with the Pony Express.
The only thing I heard was we don't care about the Mustang. We're gonna go back over here. So I was like, oh, that's nice. You were just right down the road from my car too. I mean, like you just walked in with 10 foot. My car would have been right there.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to next month's. If you get there, I'm gonna make special attention. Bam, right there. Wyatt's Mustang, Trevor's Mustang, and then here's the rest of them. Let's go look at something else.
We normally park right next to each other.
No, I'm aware. I see you guys when you show up. You all line up and take up. Yeah, I've seen.
Oh yeah, we like to take up the whole parking lot.
Oh man. Oh. Sorry, buddy. That's a lot of local jargon right there that just happened to us. Oh man. Get away with one more. So, did you say you've done the quarter in this car before?
Yep.
And what does it do in the quarter? We're not going to go that slow.
12.49.
12.49.
Yep.
What gets me, okay? That was to the speed limit, by the way. 5 over. I don't speed ever. That was 71 miles an hour, just like in Trevor's car. I don't speed. Legal. It pulls so smooth all the way up, and it's not like it's a compliment for the car in general. It's not like you get going that fast and the hood starts to flap and the wind noise is outside and the steering wheel starts vibrating like my Mazda does. It's nice and smooth, and the car stays quiet, controlled, just holds the road. It's a very impressive acceleration. It doesn't, you wouldn't know it unless you were hearing it and looking at it. The car feels just as tight at the speed limit as it does at below the speed limit, we'll say. I don't know if there's a legal minimum speed here.
I think it's 55.
Okay, so there we go. So I'm very impressed. Now I didn't really know what to expect with this car after driving the Roush. I didn't know what all would be different as far as just how it would drive. I mean, obviously this is much more horsepower than his, but I wasn't sure how it would hold the road and just general driving.
About the same.
It's about the same.
Yeah.
It's
not much
quite
of a
impressive.
difference when it comes to that. I think his might be a little lower, or it might just be the bigger rims.
Well, I mean,
19s.
Yeah, I think his is 20. Yeah, because I accidentally called him 18s and he yelled at me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. His is definitely 20s. I remember, it's burnt in my brain, Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hollered at me for mistaking his was. I'm sorry, everything I own is 17s. Like,
I am not sure if his car is different when it comes to
and it's got the turbo noise. It's got the turbo noise.
It does.
And I'm genuinely impressed. I'm genuinely impressed. From a Roush to full bolt-on base model EcoBoost, and I can honestly say base models nowadays are horseshit, and that's the curse word I'm throwing on YouTube. It's horseshit because it's not a base model. It might just be their base model, but it's not lacking anything in here. There's not a single thing where it's like, oh yeah, well I have to roll up my window like a pleb, or you know, the air conditioner shuts off if you go above 60 miles an hour because, well, it's a base model. There's none of that. It's all here. And I have to say, I'll say it now, I didn't go this far out with Trevor's video, but I'll say it now, after driving a base model EcoBoost 5V6, you're not needed. You're really not. I mean, the only thing that we might kind of miss a little bit is the sound of the V6 versus a lowly 4-banger, but there's no need. I get it. It's absolutely a fantastic car. Great driving car. It sounds really nice with that little turbo boost up there. Besides, everybody wants to end up turboing their cars anyway.
Pretty much.
I
gotta make a bunch of power. That's what you're gonna do.
Gotta boost it, and this one's already boosted, so. And you get decent fuel mileage in this one.
It's not bad. I get about 18 in this one.
Heck, that's all Trevor was in, was 18. I mean, what's wrong with that? V6, you'd be getting a lot less than that.
Yeah.
Driving them like us hoodlums drive.
You can get better, but with the tunes that we have and the aggressive way that we drive, not so much.
Aggressive within the law. There's nothing outside the law. Nobody speeds here. We're all very, very law-abiding citizens.
I only speed on the track.
Only on the track. That's right, and in Mexico. That's it. Never do anything illegal, bad, wrong, or dangerous in a car. People.
No, sir.
I'm surprised the cameras don't catch on fire and saying that.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I know how I am. But,
Yeah, I've done a couple things not too proud of, but it's alright.
yeah.
It was fun at the time.
It's fun at the time. I mean, of course, we always regret making poor decisions behind the wheel of a car to never repeat them. But,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, I don't actually believe any of that. No. For the young audience. Besides, some of us are very local around here and we get seen a lot. I don't know about you, but both of my cars stand out a little bit. Got stickers all over them, so yeah. Thank you, Farmington Police Department, for putting up with my questionable driving that I know that y'all watch me do, but you just know that I'm local and I behave most of the time, so you let me go. Thank you. You're the best.
I have not been pulled over yet in this car.
I got pulled over the second day I had my Toyota.
Oh, really?
Second day. Yep. Second day. My friends came up from Mansfield. They were getting an engine for his Eclipse. They stopped by to see my new car. I took them in it, did a donut, and got pulled over and got a careless driving ticket. I paid my dues to society. Never again. That pickup gets me.
Yeah, it picks up quick.
It really does. It really does.
Making full boost at about, I believe, 3,000. 2,700.
I believe it. I completely believe it.
It does not mess around on the boost production.
Well, before we end this, is there anything else that you'd like to say about the car, or your plans, or are we going to be extremely secretive and you're checked out with the Ecoboost life?
I love my Ecoboost. I don't have any issues with it at all. It's
No buyer's remorse?
no, not at all.
That's the best way.
There's only one, probably. The boost, or sorry, not the boost, the purge valves. Those are horrible. That's the only thing that's bad about these.
You hear that, Ford? This is your client base. They just told you what to fix. Fix it.
I think they did, actually. I think
Good job, Ford.
They released a new part that replaces it that does not break all the time now.
Well, hey, look at that. So, if they've fixed the problem, I guess there's no problems then.
Yeah.
Except the sound. Can we get some kind of different kind of sound, people?
Yeah.
Need something different. Be more four-cylinder rounds if they didn't sound like a weed eater. Alright.
We ought to do a first gear pull. Where you can actually see what it's like.
Well, we have to come to a complete stop around this corner up here, so I guess we'll do it then. We'll use that for the ending, our little ending shot. So when we cut this camera and we go to this outside footage, it's going to be our last little pull here. So we're going to slow down and do that here. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you, Wyatt, for letting us drive your car. Forgive me, Pony Express, for all of my Mustang drama I've caused. And we're out of patience with you guys, so let's do this first gear pull real quick, and we'll see y'all later. Please like this video, comment on the video, subscribe to this channel, share this video, and we're going to keep bringing more videos like this to you guys. Thank you.
Behind me, you'll see a car.